The help button is a trap. You tap it for a refund, and the real job becomes finding a human. You needed a charge reversed, a package found, a subscription cancelled. Instead, you got a cheerful bubble that restates the article you already read, then asks brightly if that solved it. And here's the ugly part nobody puts on the loading screen. A popular success score only asks whether the conversation ended without a person ever joining it. Your mood is optional. That score has a name. Containment. If you rage quit the chat, that still counts as contained. By 2026, an industry aggregate put usage at about 66% of organizations, up from 39% the year before. The bot is no longer a novelty, it's the front door. The same snapshot says the median bot knocks back about 41% of those opening contacts. Password resets, refunds, order tracking, the tidy stuff, the stuff with a form and a rule. Complaints and disputes? Those numbers drop hard. Judgment isn't a template, and the bot knows it. The same aggregate puts deflection around 19% for complaints and 24% for disputes. That bot is great until your problem stops looking like a password reset. Containment only asks if a human stayed out of it. You can abandon the chat, get a wrong answer, or start over on email, and the dashboard still looks clean. Resolution would ask if the thing actually got fixed. A real resolution score looks at whether the goal completed, whether you came back, whether a human later had to reopen the mess. Containment doesn't care about any of that. It cares that the queue stayed quiet. So the score rewards a simple thing: end the chat without a person joining it. Zendesk's 2026 figures put average satisfaction at 4.1 out of 5 for AI tickets and 4.3 for humans, close enough that a slide deck can call it a win. Then the part the slide leaves off. Those same figures show higher recontact rates after an AI case than after a human one. 11.3% versus 8.7%. You came back. The bot called it done. Hybrid setups are supposed to catch this. Low confidence, messy intent, bad sentiment, a few failed tries, or you typing the words "talk to a person." Those are the usual tripwires for a handoff. A decent handoff would pass the whole story across. Transcript, order number, what already failed. If that packet dies, you start over. Industry sources report that about 90% of customer service leaders struggle with a smooth AI-to-human handoff. That number gets repeated a lot. The actual study behind it isn't clearly identified. Vendor decks will tell you 65 to 90% of chats get resolved without a human. Those numbers sit way above the independent median, and they aren't measuring the same thing. A Canadian Airlines chatbot gave a grieving customer the wrong rule. Then the company tried something worse. Air Canada's website bot told Jake Moffatt he could buy full fare tickets and later request a bereavement discount. He followed the advice. The discount wasn't available after purchase. The British Columbia Civil Resolution Tribunal found Air Canada liable for negligent misrepresentation. It ordered the airline to pay $812 Canadian in fare difference, interest, and fees. Air Canada argued the chatbot was a separate legal entity, as if the help bubble had its own lawyers. The tribunal rejected that. The airline owns what its website says. They tried to blame the help button. The court said the help button is still the company. This isn't only airlines. A 2023 report from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau documented finance chatbots that repeated themselves, hid a human off-ramp, and bungled disputes, holds, and urgent errors. One complaint described a customer terrified of a late fee and credit bureau damage, sent through what they called an endless loop. Jargon, irrelevant questions, no person, the clock still running. That report is old and finance-specific. It's not a mugshot of every bot in 2026. And the defense isn't stupid. These systems can answer the high-volume, boring requests immediately, then route the messy, sensitive, high-risk stuff to a trained human. That's the pitch, and on a good day, it's real. If the confidence bar is conservative and the full transcript survives the jump, automation can cut the waiting and the repetition instead of manufacturing both. Password reset at midnight. Tracking link in 10 seconds. Nobody misses the hold music. That design exists on whiteboards. What the sources don't show is that most companies actually run it that way, or that they score verified resolution instead of containment when the quarterly review hits. We also don't know how often the human gets a blank page. Nobody published that number. The evidence here is an aggregate, a finance report from 2023 and one Canadian airline case decided in 2024. Not every product, not a universal failure rate, not a global backlash. Some vendor-adjacent reporting claims up to 20% of so-called contained tickets may just be unhelpful bots. That's a rumor with a percentage attached, not a study you can audit. Treat it like one. Next time the help button starts the loop, ask the only question that matters. Are they fixing your problem or containing it?